After motoring to success against Hyundai Motors, we had a different sort of challenge as we versed Gamba Osaka in the Levain Cup. Away from home, victory here would have guaranteed us a second team which would be unable to go above the heights we have managed in this competition so far. We of course have guaranteed qualification in our group, but this would have meant a second team joining Oita Trinita, who wouldn't have been able to surmount our points total. Unfortunately though, as you can see, they picked up a goal in the 24th minute, we picked up an equaliser in the 39th minute, but we couldn't do quite enough to pick up that decisive victory. That means all is to play for in the top of this group. Gamba, probably a bit of a stretch for them to catch us, but technically they are able to get enough points to overtake us. So, as you can see from match statistics, we were the better team. 11 shots to their 6, 3 on target to their 3. Should have been a bit more clinical. A 0.84 XG to their 0.94 as a result. 7 corners, 10, 15 fouls to 8. 2 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards, 87% passing to 86. 53% possession to 47. But how did we get on in that second catch-up game? Well, Matthew, that second game saw us go to Sapporo and welcome FC Tokyo to our beautiful stadium, where we had a bit of a goal fiesta. As you can see, 2 goals already. A third one nodded in back post by Havanir to get us 3-0 up. They then went and intercepted a terrible clearance. It was nodded over the top and they got one back. 3-1, 60 minutes in. But as you know from the scoreline, we wasn't finished there. 89th minute, basically on the 90th minute, Nakagawa slotting one away. And then a late penalty for Komai. 93, basically 94th minute. Slots it away to make it 5. And as you might also notice, on the 87th minute, Lucas managed to miss yet another penalty. So, could have been 6-1 in this one. 16 shots to their 7, 10 on target to their 4. But this XG, 4.65 to a 0.53, 14 corners to 4, 15 fouls to 19, 5 yellow cards to 4, 90% passing to 89, 50-50 on the possession. As you can see, a lot of green across the board, but we have a different sort of challenge here today. So without further ado, let's head on over to the stadium and crack on with today's match. Okay everyone, before we head on over to the stadium, we are actually going to have a little look at the different groups for the different tournaments that we're in. I did touch on this a little bit. Like I said, Gamba Osaka probably isn't going to catch up to us. Mathematically, they can make it up to 15 points. They played 5 of their 8 games, but very unlikely they're going to win out the remainder of their games. So I don't see them catching us. Oita Trinita, of course, can't catch us. They're on 1 point. They've got no chance. 1 game remaining. They can't even get out up into 4th spot. We've already qualified. I don't think it really matters, to be honest, in the Levain Cup where you finish in those 4 spots. So I might rest players in that regard, but I might also just push to try and get that spot because I'd like to get that spot. So, Gamba Osaka, don't see them getting us. Fukuoka, they can mathematically get onto the same points as us, but goal difference, we've got quite a bit of a gap, so again, don't see them really catching us. The one to look out for is Cerezo Osaka. They are, of course, are 1 point behind us. A little bit of goal difference between the two of us, but that doesn't really matter when it comes down to a 1 point gap. And they are one of the 2 teams we, in fact, need to still play. So we need to play Cerezo Osaka, which is here, and we also have Avispa Fukuoka. So we're versing 2nd and 3rd. So we might slip down to 3rd place, but we don't have to worry. We're not going to slip out. And yes, that is the Levain Cup situation. So we don't really have to worry about the Levain Cup for now. I think next time we show a Levain Cup game, it will be in the knockout stage, because I don't really see much point in coming back, unless that Cerezo Osaka one falls where there isn't any other particular fixtures. Then we might come back for that one. But it's more likely we'll come back for the knockout stage. Now, in terms of the AFC Champions League, another tournament in which we are doing great in. We've won 4 out of 5, 13 points out of a possible 15. Qualified out the group, don't need to worry. We've got 1 game remaining. That is at home to Tam Pins. Now, if you don't remember, last time we played Tam Pins, we was at their place and we won 7-1. So, I might rest some players, give some players an opportunity to play in that one. I think that's a midweek game, so it's going to allow us to rest players, give them a bit more of an opportunity to have a bit of a breather, play our league games without the pressure of having to come on for half a game in the other competitions. So, that is those 2 cups. How are we getting on in the league, though? The league situation is, of course, top. Words up. Play 10. Next team, Cerezo Osaka, the one chasing us in the Levain Cup, also played 10, 25 points. It's a nice 3-horse race between us, Cerezo Osaka, and Yokohama F. Marinos. Didn't think I'd be saying that at the start of the season, I must admit. 19 goal difference, Cerezo Osaka's on 16, and Yokohama F. Marinos on 17. So, it's very tight between us 3. As you can see, all the other teams, not even in double figures for their goal difference. So, definitely a 3-horse race. Everyone else battling it out for that 4th place spot. But enough rambling from me. It is, of course, time to head on over to Matsumoto Yamaga's stadium. Not going to try and read all of that. So, I'll see you fine folks over at their stadium in just a second. Okay, so as is tradition, we are, of course, here in the tactical meeting screen here on the very first page. It's very good pitch condition here today. 18,913 tickets sold out of a 20,396 capacity. I almost said free. They want us to go from a positive to a balanced mentality. We're playing 14th in the league. Like I previously said, a different sort of challenge. A team we should definitely be beating. Yes, it's away from home, but we just need to keep our heads calm. Just play our own game and we'll be fine. Just don't let the occasion get to us. 15 degrees Celsius calm. Really wish it was like that in my room. Currently 26.7 and 51% humidity. So, not great, especially for recording, but it doesn't matter. Opposition instructions we shall apply. And our team for today's game, well, it's Obi in goal, a backline of Suga, Havania, Inukai and Komai. Central midfield will be controlled by Fujita and Miyazawa. Left hand side is Sonkrazin, Lucas on the right and Lopez in the middle, sitting behind Nakagawa. And I apologise if me knocking the desk there was a little bit loud. In terms of the substitutes, well, it's Nakano, Hatsu, Fukumori, Arano, Kishimoto, Kawasaki and Nakashima. So, without further ado, let's head on out that tunnel, crack on with the game. Lopez is happy to be back in the squad. 3 players are happy with the formation. Everything is good. Tactical approach suits. Okay, all good. That is nice. Tactics have gone down well. Players are happy to be back in the team. Don't see anyone in their team that particularly scares me, which is always a good sign. And we shall head on out to the pitch. Yep, just carry on where you left out last time, lads. You've been playing good all season. We've had a couple of slip-ups, but they're to be expected. Not in this one, though. Cerezo Osaka is hosting Urawa Red Diamonds. Hopefully they can pick up some points and put a bit of a challenge in. They are the 4th place, okay, now 5th place team. So they are a team pushing those top 4 spots. We then have other games like Yokohama F. Marinos is currently 2-0 up against Fukuoka. Okay, I think Fukuoka's getting relegated. They're currently on 4 points right now and having a rough time. Havania on a yellow card, nods it up, gives it away. Lopez, though, intercepts it. Nakagawa, Miyazawa, lovely ball up to Lucas. Can he do anything with it, though? He is getting pushed by May, gets it to Lopez. Lopez with a beautifully placed volley. Goalkeeper probably should have done better. I think it's more he couldn't see the ball until it was a little too late, to be honest, because it wasn't well placed in terms of positionally in the goal. It wasn't particularly quick. he just seemed to take a knee and let it fly by him, and we'll take it. We shall take it, and they are down to 15th. We also have Cerezo Osaka slipping up and dropping to third at the moment. Currently 1-1 against Urawa Red Diamonds. But in our game, it's 7 shots to 1. 3 on target to their 0. A 0.82 XG to a 0.09. 6 corners to 2. 5 fouls to 2. 1 yellow card, 0 yellow cards. 88% passing, 78. 70% possession to 30. So, I'm happy with performance. Keep it going. No particular player is... Okay, Song, you're making me out a liar. Song Krazin. Don't appreciate it. Do not appreciate it. Vissel Kobe having a nice game. 2-1 up in their match. Nakagawa gets past his man. Can he get past a second? He can, but the shot is terrible. Now, I do want to have a little look at our team in terms of who... Okay, Suga we need to keep an eye on. Lucas, Songkrazin, and Nakagawa. Okay, there's too many for us to try and keep on top of the yellow card. So we're just going to take the suspensions. If we get suspensions, we're just going to have to take them on the chin. Right now, though, I'm not going to forget to make substitutes in this episode. I've paused it. It's the 64th minute, a little bit later than usual. Jesus, look at the fitness of the lads tonight. That is wonderful to see. But we're going to get them off. Okay, the game was being glitchy. I was going to say, the condition was perfect. Did I just ruin some weird glitch which gave us like perfect condition for the whole game? Because that would have been amazing. But Komai could do with a rest. So Komai, you can come off. Fukumori even is a decent player. Fukuoka, not so much of a decent team this season. So Fukumori, he can come on, have an ear on his yellow card, can go stick his feet up. Songkrazin could do with a break, so you know what? We shall get our Kawasaki out. We shall ride it down the wing, whip it across, and get some goals. Cerezo Osaka currently 2-2 by the way. Oita Trinita 1-1 in the game. A game that doesn't really have much of an effect on us to be honest, but the first one does. It's now third place versus 4th or 5th. Don't know where they are relative to Gamba Osaka's current situation, but Hatsu nods it on for Lucas. Pull it back for Inukai. Inukai will the ball very nicely, gets it to Fujita. Back to Inukai once more. Ball up, but gives it straight to Sato. Sato in the centre circle, hold it up. The ball is played through. Miyazawa did not make the interception, and it's a lovely pass through. Obi-Wan Kenobi there with a beautiful save. And now we build from the back. Yokohama winning a comfortable 4-0 at the moment. The throw-in doesn't go to our man, but Miyazawa will collect it anyways. Fujita plays it back to Inukai on the halfway line. Up to Fujita once more. Ball over to his left-hand side where he finds Suga. Can Suga do anything with it? Whips it across. Kawasaki whips one. Oh! Miyazawa nods it down. Lopez. Miyazawa. Hatsu's got space. Can he do anything? Lopez now. Hatsu. Nice 1-2s. Lucas. Will Hatsu make a run perhaps? No. Lucas pulls it back for Hatsu. Oh! That would have been better the other way around. Not gonna lie. Hatsu make the run. Lucas pass it back to Lucas. Much better finisher, Lucas. But we ain't gonna complain too much. We've got the victory at the moment if we can hold on. Lovely ball by Kawasaki. Nakagawa's shot is blocked. Cleared away, and that's the end of that highlight. Also, Gamba Osaka, I believe currently 2-0 is what I just spotted. Lopez is now with Suga. Lovely ball through to Nakagawa. Nakagawa, your finishing today, my friend, is not what we are used to. And come on, Urawa Red Diamonds. Was 3-2. Now 3-3. What a cracker of a game over there. Kashima Antlers, by the way, the team we shall be versing in the next episode. Because I am going to skip over the next 3 games. Because there are different home games. One's in the AFC Champions League. One of them, I believe, is a Levain Cup game. And the other game is a league game, I believe, against Kawasaki Frontale. Correct me if I'm wrong. We'll have a little look. But I think the next one is Kashima Antlers away from home in the league. A very important game in the grand scheme of things. But right now, let's savour this victory. Simple 1-0 victory in a game which, like I said, should be simple on paper. A little bit more difficult than expected, but nevertheless, we got the victory. 14 shots to 2, 6 on target to 1, 1.52 XG to a 0.25, 10 corners to 2, 14 fouls to 7, 3 yellow cards, 1 yellow card, 86% passing to 76, 66% possession to 34. Couple of disappointing people, in fact. Sonkraz in 6.4 and Komayana 6.6. But the rest of the lads, solid job. Nakagawa, don't know how you got a 6.9 with that finishing, but we'll let you off. We'll let you off in this game just because we can. You know, we didn't need him and it's okay. But in those important games, we can't have him going missing like that. So, here are today's results. A few big ones in there. Vissel Kobe smashed Tokyo. Tokyo and Fukuoka having a very rough time of things. Vortis also having a bad time as well. Frontail, though, beat S-Pulse. S-Pulse is struggling down in 14th now. Kashima Antlers with a 2-0 victory have currently got themselves into 7th place. Gamba Osaka picking up a nice simple victory against Vortis, 3-0 at home. The big game though, Cerezo Osaka 3-3 against Red Diamonds, pulling points away from them, allowing us to get a 2-point gap on them. But Yokohama F Marinos not far behind us. They've got a goal advantage, in fact, but a point behind us as well. So that is today's match. I will go through all of those different suspensions, fines, etc. Because as you can see, Lucas is suspended, Havani is suspended for this upcoming game. Yanagi is unregistered, and yeah, we've got a couple of things to sort over at the Sapporo Dome before we welcome Kawasaki Frontale. Like I previously mentioned, we're going to skip over this Tampins game. We're going to skip over Avispa Fukuoka. We shall return for Kashima Antlers. I think we'll probably skip over Cerezo Osaka. Yes, it's an away game. It's in the cup, but as I previously mentioned, that cup we've already qualified. Doesn't necessarily matter if we finish top of that group. I'll probably push for it, but again, not too much of a big deal. Then again, we have quite a few home games there. So, Nagoya Grampus is probably what I'm thinking. Nagoya Grampus, I'll have to go through quite a few games. But I'm thinking Kashima Antlers, then Nagoya Grampus, and then where do we go from there? Well, I guess we've got to play the Red Diamonds game after what they did, and the Bank game I would like to play. So that is roughly what our upcoming fixture list looks like, ignoring of course that Frontail game. So those 3 purple ones are probably our next 3 episodes. I thank you all for joining us. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.